Hey everyone, I'm really excited to welcome our newest coach to Team BBR, Coach Maya Patel. She is a mom of two. She lives in Florida and she's a NASM certified personal trainer, nutrition coach. She's certified through OFNC, has a health mindset coaching certification as well. And I think I'm missing one, the Girls Gone Strong, the women's coaching certification, right? So
Yes.
she's super well qualified, really excited to have her on our team. She aligns so well with our mission and our values. And she's been coaching for about a year now. So, Maya, I'd love to know from you what got you into fitness, what inspired you to become a coach?
Yeah. So thank you for that intro, Dee. That was awesome. So my story starts a long, long time ago. I've always been super thin, but I enjoyed being active. So I was always kind of on the go and all of that. But I never really worked out for any goals or anything. It was just something I enjoyed doing. And then at 18, I was diagnosed with high blood pressure, which is kind of unusual for someone that young to have high blood pressure, but I did have a genetic predisposition to it. So I was put on medication. I took medication probably for about 3 months, and then I had a follow up. At that point, my blood pressure was pretty much normal, so I was taken off of medication. But while I was on medication, I also was working out and trying to control things so that I wouldn't have to take a pill every day for the rest of my life. So that's kind of how things went initially. And then at 25, I was diagnosed with endometriosis. So I continue to work out, but I found that doctors don't really provide very much information nutrition wise with endometriosis. So for those that don't know, endometriosis is a hormonal disease. It's where like cells that are similar to your endometrial lining grow outside of the uterus. So they can grow in your ovary, your bowels, other organs of your body. And it just leads to very painful periods and cramping, and it can be pretty debilitating. So,
Ah,
yeah, at that point, I was put on hormone therapy. So that kind of wreaked havoc on my system. It basically, they give you medicine that puts you into menopause, essentially. And I
wow.
took that for about 6 months. And then I just kind of, I've always had this belly, and it pertains to the endometriosis. And it just, even though I was so thin, I always just had this little belly. And after my official diagnosis and being on hormones and all of that, it just progressed to something that I really was not happy with. So I continued to work out, didn't know anything about nutrition, which I wish I had because you can alleviate a lot of endometriosis symptoms through nutrition. Um, and then, yeah, my workouts at that time consisted of doing things like P90X or Insanity, like all those fad training things at the time. And then let's fast forward to 10 years, and I had two babies. After having two babies, now that belly is even more insane. And I was just not happy with myself. I struggled with postpartum depression. All of the things that come with having this bundle of joy. Like, yes, having kids is great, but there are a lot of things that people don't really prepare you for in terms of the hormonal changes and the depression and things like that. The whole life changes. So anyhow, I hired a trainer. I was not pleased with her. She just didn't align with where I wanted to go or provide the knowledge that I felt like I needed.
This was an
So, as
online coach or
online coach, yep.
yeah.
Yeah. So I started doing 45-day challenges, which were great. I saw amazing results. They provide you a meal plan and workouts, and it was great. But once the 45 days are over, then what? Like, am I just supposed to do the 45-day challenge over and over again for the rest of my life? So I hired another online trainer, but this one was here local in town. And so I had people, we had mutual friends and things, and she kind of was my inspiration in becoming a coach.
Oh,
So
wow.
um, she really helped me learn and progress in this field. And it was inspiring, and I wanted to help other women in the way that she had helped me. And so during COVID, I decided to get my NASM CPT, and it was not because necessarily I even wanted to be a coach. I just wanted to learn more just for myself, even, which then led to the nutrition coaching certification. And then now I had all these certifications, and I was like, oh, I might as well put them to use and help other people the way that my trainer had helped me. So here we are at Boss Body Revolution.
Yeah, that's so awesome. And I think that's definitely a story that a lot of women, and especially our community and our clients, can really relate to, of kind of being unhappy with your body, maybe struggling after having babies, and realizing like, hey, like something needs to change. So I'm curious for you, what was like that light bulb moment of like, I am not happy and I need to do something different?
Yeah, so like I said, I've always been super thin. So when you're super thin, people expect you to have a flat belly. And after having two kids, that's not always, there right away. And so there were several times when I literally had my 4 or 5 month old baby on my hip, and people would ask me when I'm due.
Wow.
And so it was just that made me feel so horrible that I knew that I needed to make some changes and get things going. So that was kind of the ultimate trigger.
Yeah, totally. I definitely can understand that. So now, you've been through your own journey, you've overcome some of your own struggles, and as coaches, we're always on our own journeys, right? And now you're paying it forward and helping others. What are some of the things that you really enjoy helping your clients with?
Yeah, I really love helping my clients gain strength and confidence. I think there's this stigma in our culture, in our community, that women should put themselves last. You do everything for your family. And realistically, how often did we see our parents work out or do any of that? And so there's just a stigma that Indian women maybe should put themselves last. And that doesn't really sit well with me. And I'd love to make changes to that and know that we can still work out, we can put ourselves first, and it's not, the world doesn't end.
Yeah, and I think that's especially important for South Asian women because there's so many things we're predisposed for just by being South Asian. Like you mentioned, you struggled with high blood pressure. A lot of people struggle with diabetes, pre-diabetes, PCOS, insulin resistance, metabolic issues. Like there's so many things that are unique to the South Asian body, and it's why we have to really pay attention to our health. Like it's extra important because we have these biological predispositions.
For sure.
Yeah. Okay, what's one thing you wish that your clients knew when trying to lose weight?
Oh, so many things, but I guess number one, of course, carbs are not the enemy.
Yeah.
Our diets consist so much of carbs. And so by no means would I ever want anyone to cut out carbs or do keto or any of that. It's just a matter of finding balance. Another thing I think that's really important that I see with clients is, they'll have an off week or a day or two that they weren't able to do the things that they set out to do. And that is okay. Like a few days off track isn't going to ruin your progress or your hard work. Just, and then it kind of turns into a cycle where they fall off because they fell off for a day or two and now they're just not hopping back on. And it's like, just get back on track after you fall off for a day or two. It's fine. Like those days aren't going to ruin your progress.
Yeah, totally. I heard this analogy once of if you're driving on the highway and you the kind of veer off course and you go down the side of the road, you don't just keep going down that road, right? You get back on the highway as fast as you can.
Yeah.
What's something you feel like a lot of people get wrong about health and fitness?
Well, I think that things are changing a lot more now, but I feel that health and fitness was always either eating right and working out, but there's this whole other component to it, right? There's a whole mindset component or mental health component, and it's all encompassing, right? You have to kind of tweak all of those things to kind of see progress and get to your goals. And like I said, things are changing now, but I think the emphasis has always been on eating right and working out. And this whole mindset, mental health aspect was kind of left out. But yeah, I'm so glad that we're evolving and now including that into things.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of why I started BBR too, right? Like so many programs out there are just like, here's a meal plan, go do this, bye. And it sounds like you experienced some of those types of programs too, but that, that doesn't really help you change in any way, right? There's so many deeper things that hold us back, like emotional eating or stress or body image or just the all or nothing mindset and how we see our bodies and journeys and like the habit building. And there's so much like under the surface that most programs just don't address. So I am glad that things are slowly shifting. But that is one of the things that makes, clients at BBR so successful, that we focus on both, right? The tactical stuff, but also the mindset, habit building, behavioral stuff too.
Yeah.
How do you motivate yourself to work out when you don't feel like it?
Oh, tough question. I think that with motivation, discipline kind of goes hand in hand. And you kind of have to find your why, right? Like why do you want to get in shape? Why do you want to be healthy? And everyone has their different whys. For me personally, my number one why is my dad. So he's been battling cancer for 20 years. But he will have he's Superman. He will have a surgery, a 12, 13-hour surgery, and like 3 days later, he's working again. And I mean, if he can go through that, what's stopping me from getting out of bed and going to the gym? So that's kind of a huge motivator for me. Another motivator for me are my kids. I want to be around for them. I want to be around to see my grandkids one day. So I think really in terms of motivation, people have to find their why. And those are kind of my whys.
Yeah, I love that. Thank you for sharing that. Okay, I want to know too, what's your favorite like healthy, nutritious meal to make? And then what's your favorite more indulgent food?
Okay. So one of my favorite healthy, nutritious meals to make is pad thai.
Ooh,
Um, it's so good. It's so good. In fact, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably see tons of videos of my daughter because she will just devour it. Like won't
ooh,
even look up, just eats. So it's super, super delicious. I'll have to share that recipe.
yeah. How do you kind of make it more like healthy or nutritious?
Yeah, so I add ground chicken to it,
Okay,
but vegetarians can add ground tofu
yeah.
uh, for protein. And so and then it has the rice noodles.
Oh,
So that's the carb. And then I just fill it with all kinds of vegetables.
yum. Yeah, pad thai is so good. I really like the drunken noodle pad ki mao, like the super spicy one.
Yeah.
I like the spice level to like my taste buds fall off.
Yeah, totally.
And then more healthy, no, your favorite more indulgent food?
Oh, indulgent food. So I have the biggest sweet tooth. So I love desserts. Any kind of dessert,
Okay.
sweet. Yeah, that's my jam.
I love it. Like, and like any specific kind, like chocolate desserts, like,
I like go through these cycles of things. For a while, I was like on a Nutella kick.
ooh,
And
okay.
yeah, now Easter just ended. So there's all these Cadbury chocolates everywhere. So that's
Yeah.
my thing currently. So
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah.
Cool. Okay, I'm gonna do a little rapid round of fun questions and
Okay.
then we'll wrap up. Okay, fun questions. What's a fun fact that most people don't know about you?
Um, Fun fact that most people don't know about me. Hmm. I love sports. I love the Dallas Mavericks. They're my favorite basketball team. I'm such a tomboy. I grew up kind of like a tomboy and all into sports and knowing so much about sports. So yeah, that's my fun fact.
Cool. Do you speak any other languages?
Yes, I speak Gujarati.
Cool. And biggest pet peeve?
Oh my goodness. I'm super OCD. I like for everything to be in its place. And when it's
Mhm.
not, I'm kind of nuts. So just things being out of place.
Oh my gosh, you gotta never come to my house because it's not like
Oh,
at
I
all.
mean, when you have kids, your OCD better go out the door.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm a hot mess too, but it's my thing. It's my pet peeve.
Yeah, I get that. I feel like my husband's really like that, and I'm very much not like that. So it definitely creates some tension there. When you were a kid, what did you want to be when you grew up?
Yeah, I think I always wanted to be a doctor, but I also think that was like ingrained by family.
Yeah, join the club.
Yeah. So that's my answer. I don't know what I truly wanted to be just because again, I think it was kind of just ingrained.
Yeah, no, I definitely had the same path. I even did like pre-med in college because I just assumed that's what you're supposed to do as a brown girl in
Yeah,
America.
same.
But yeah, then definitely is the path for some people. My sister went down that route. My parents are both doctors, but it just was not for me. So,
Yeah.
favorite brand of workout clothes?
Gymshark.
Ooh, okay. I haven't had success with Gymshark. I think the way my body's proportioned, it just hasn't worked for me, but maybe I need to give it another go.
Oh, what's your favorite?
I like for leggings, I am kind of basic. I stick to Lululemon. And then for tops, I really like Athleta because I'm the kind of like a smaller frame, but like my chest is very big, and Athleta has like a specific like D double D, like it kind of fits with that, like larger chest, but different frame, different size frame. So I really like Athleta, and then I like this one called Buff Bunny.
Mm-hmm.
If you heard of them, yeah, by Heidi Somers. I really like some of their stuff. It's just super cute and like creative, fun styles.
Yeah.
Favorite drink, either alcoholic, non-alcoholic, whatever you want to share.
I don't really drink alcohol. So for me, it's boba tea.
Boba, okay, yum. Boba is so good.
So good.
I found this girl on TikTok who is selling like low calorie boba, and I ordered a bunch of it. It wasn't as good as, real boba, but I feel like when you have a craving and you're trying to stick to macros, it kind of got the job done.
Yeah, if Faluda was like more available,
Yeah.
obviously it would be that, but
Yeah.
I'm not good at making, my mom's really good at making it. I'm not, so.
Yeah, there's this place in New York that does Indian boba. Like they do
Oh,
like lassi boba and like chai boba, and like just they kind of fuse the two concepts together.
that's so cool.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. All right. Anything else that you want, people who are thinking about working with you? What anything else you'd want people to know about you?
Yeah, I know I'm kind of a newer coach, but I think I have a lot of passion and a lot of drive, and I love it when clients get results that they want. So yeah, I would love for to help people get there.
Yeah, and I know that you're newer to the team, but you do have experience coaching, and you're also like one of the most you have some of the most range of certifications on the team. Like you have a lot of education, a lot of knowledge, and I'm really excited for all our clients who get to work with you and see their transformations with you.
Yeah, for sure. I've kind of been in the game for about 3 years now. I just
Yeah,
officially didn't start taking clients until a year ago or so.
yeah.
But yeah,
Well, that's awesome. Well, cool. If you want to work with Coach Maya, we're going to put the link below, and check her out on Instagram, Maya Patel Fitness, I believe, right?
Maya underscore Patel underscore fitness.
Okay,
Yep.
check her out on Instagram, and click the link below if you'd like to work with her. Her spots are going to be filling up pretty fast, so book your chat with us before her spots get filled. All right, bye.
Bye.